cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field.
Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store.
Between the Washington Commanders
and the Chicago Bears. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Singletary to get the drive started, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Wilkinson. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. It's Tucker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
And that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. The football, it's loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 1st downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Fields. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Play action. It's Fields. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side. Hawkins. And he's got room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilkinson. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It's Hawkins. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Oliver. He's able to find Melton. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On play action, Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The slot man in motion right. Off play action, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They snap it to Fields. Got a man on the right sideline. That's McKenzie. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. 3 balls. 56, Mike, 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
To throw on third down, Oliver. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. Setting up the screen, Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw again. Oliver over the middle, complete. It's Gibson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. This pass complete to Melton. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They're going to try and throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Fields on first down. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Oliver. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded right around the 8. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the Bears first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
On first down, it's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Oliver. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
And that was a good collision right there, and I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did, so you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Fields to commit there for a Chicago first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go again with Herbert. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
throws. There he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Bears are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A handoff for Herbert.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, this is Harris.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Harris is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd and goal, Fields. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Throwing on first down. Oliver. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Up the middle they go. Tucker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Baker with a pick. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. Well, the Bears will fight on another week as we say so long, everybody.